Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall.
I would say,
if I could give a speech at graduation, I would give words of encouragement for my peers and their plans for after high school.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I'd thank Kellam football for the 4 years that they gave me.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say everything I never got to say in my years of high school because of how shy I was.
if I could give a speech at graduation, I would say thank you to Mr. Beal for being the best principal at the beach.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would wish everyone good luck in college because a large number of you are going to need it.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say once a night, always a night.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I'd shout out to all my homies for helping me make it through the 4 years, and most importantly, shout out to Mr. Beal.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would talk about the long wait for this day and how happy I am to be graduating the class of 2015.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say that I'm proud to be a knight.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say whatever Abby told me to say.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would thank everyone for giving me such a great community to grow up in. Through everything we've seen and felt, we felt it together.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would still probably wait until the night before to write it.
If I could give a speech at graduation, it would be awesome.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would probably say shout out to all my girls, but I don't have any girls, so shout out to moms.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say that through the stress, the laughs, and all the events like prom, homecoming, spirit weeks, and sporting events, high school is where I grew up, figured out who I was, and more importantly, who I wanted to be. If I could give a speech at graduation, I would finish with singing Don't You Forget About Me, Breakfast Club style.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would thank all my classmates for making the last 4 years something to remember.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would want to thank God for His blessings and my family for their support.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would be thankful for my teachers, my friends, and the overall family that Kellam is.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say goodbye to the senior class, and I hope we all succeed.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would just like to remind all these kids, these young adults, that they just need to be themselves.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I'd probably pass out.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would lip sync I've had the time of my life and reenact the final dance number from Dirty Dancing.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I probably wouldn't.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would write a song and give my entire speech in musical form, complete with set changes and a 10-minute tap dancing number.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would talk about how we're all paving our own paths, but we'll always have the common foundation of Kellam. If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say, today means the entire world is ahead of us, and for this, we should be proud.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say, please don't make me do this.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would thank my teachers, commend the graduates, and say that self-confidence will set you free.
If I could give a speech at graduation, I would say, bye! I would say, I would say, I would say, I would say,
I would say,
I would say,
I would say,
I would say,
I would say,
I would say, I would say,
congratulations, class of 2015.